Hello, I'm Comic Field, and today I'm going to be doing something pretty cool. So, if it isn't clear to anybody else, G5 is all but dead at this point. Hardly anyone is talking about it, even the famous Rift Cafe isn't talking too much about it. What happened? Well, there were a few problems, but the main problem was the premise to a lot of people. Making a sequel to G4, but trying to make it completely unrelated to G4 for the most part, but still keeping in the G4 lore. It's confusing as fuck, and the new generation was good, but after that it kinda went downhill. So, how about I give you a way to change that? What if in Hasbro in 2021 waltzed into my house and said, "You're the one who proposes and who will create an MLP Generation 5. We have no other ideas." I want to share how I would have done it. So, in this universe, they gave me 5 main principles. 1. Make it connected to G4 in some way. G4 way too much money to reboot it entirely. 2. While it is important to appeal to bronies, remember the target audience. You can't put anything graphic or too dark, and don't make plots that are way too complicated for kids to understand. 3. Keep up with the trends. We want to appeal to the modern audience. 4. Try giving it more variety of characters than the main 6. And 5. Make it good. So, my first order of business in this universe, when and why? Well, instead of making a sequel to G4, how about I do something a little different? You see, the main 6 already went through their journeys by Season 9's end, so making a reboot with them still would be kind of weird. So instead, I'm about to do something like what Bloomhouse did with Halloween. How about I take a part of My Little Pony and use that as a breakoff point? In this case, I choose Season 3. We're going to ignore almost everything past Season 3. However, this does not mean we're not allowed to introduce aspects, objects, nations, or characters that appear past Season 3. We're just going to ignore the lore past Season 3. Second, the episode format. In my requel, I will introduce story arcs. Each season will have its own big story arc. You may ask, well, isn't that contradicting principle number 2? No, it isn't. Thomas the Tank Engine did something similar in its earlier seasons, and kids love anime, and so much anime does stuff like this. Take Dragon Ball Z, for instance, or My Hero Academia. That's more of a better example, honestly. It's not out of the question. There'll be 3 types of episodes: story episodes, the episodes that relate directly to the story arc; slice of life episodes, the episodes that don't relate as much and are there more for a little break; and 3, fan service episodes. These will be rare and basically be episodes dedicated to the fans, whether they're young or old, like, bronies. Third, the characters. The main 6 will obviously be our main characters, along with Spiky Wakey Darling. The CMCs will also play a role, and of course our princesses. But there's another group of ponies that the show didn't put into the spotlight that much, but the fans definitely wanted. The background 6. Yeah, I'm doing this. The background 6 in this requel will be known as the Passengers of Time. Their role will be interesting. The leader of this group is Time Turner. I'm going to call him that because Doctor Who's might get Hasbro into legal trouble with Doctor Who. And I'm trying to make this realistic, okay? Time Turner is a time traveler, and his friend group, which consists of Derpy, Time's partner and wife, Octavia, DJ Pone3, Lyra, and Bonbon. Their role will be supporting characters. Their story will develop as the story does. However, in this requel, time travel will not be as much of a taboo thing as it is in canon FIM. The Time Passengers will still keep on the down low, so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. They'll be kind of like the Illuminati in Marvel, kind of. The royal family, on the other hoof, will play a bigger role. Though not as big as the other 3, they will still play a bigger role than that if their roles in FIM. So basically, my plan for the requel is to expand on the cast a whole lot more than in FIM, because in FIM, usually we had either main 6 episodes, a Spike episode, or CMC episodes, and rarely any of the other ones, with some exceptions like Slice of Life. And fourth, we have the extra details. What will this requel be called? Well, MLP G5 would be what people call it the most. However, we need a proper name. We can't name it MLP Tales. That's taken already. Friendship Continues would imply a sequel. Friendship is Still Magic would be just generic as hell. How about My Little Pony Adventures? That was the working title of G4, so we could use it for my Generation 5. We got ourselves a title. Anyway, I'm looking more towards a TVPG rating for MLP Adventures as opposed to the TVY7 like FIM. Another thing, I also sort of want to take some information from Generations 1 and 3 as well, because why not? G5 did that to varying degrees, so I'm going to take that and charge it up to 11. I'm going to take generations 1 and 3 and actually implement them into the lore. It's going to be complicated at first, but you'll understand once I make season 1. One extra detail for Comicverse fans. This universe has a designation number in the Comicverse's multiverse. It is Earth 221, Earth 221. So watch out for that in any future Comicverse installments. Alright, I'll see you in MLP Adventures Season 1. Subscribe for more horse.